Hi there everybody, my name is Ali and today we are doing Overpass 2 from TryHackMe, and in this room there is some attacker who has hacked into the Linux machine and we need to analyze what attacker did to hack into the machine, and then we will get back into the machine and secure our server. So first we will do some blue teaming stuff and then some red teaming stuff. So in the blue teaming part, we will use Wireshark to analyze some pcapture files to see what attacker did and how he got into the system, and then we will try to get back into the machine. And in the privilege escalation in this room is very easy. So we will find an suid binary in the home directory of the user, and that suid binary will be for bin bash. So we will simply execute it with -p parameter to get root access. So that being said, let's jump in. Now I already have started my machine and my IP address is 10.10.149.135, but again in the first part we need to analyze some pcapture files. So first of all I will download some task file from here and we will see those task files in Wireshark. So I will click on download button here and it will download into my downloads folder. So before analyzing this task file, I will start off with the Nmap scan because I need to figure out what sort of services are running. So I will do nmap-a for aggressive scan, -b for verbosity, and then the IP address of the target, which is 10.10.149.135. This can take some time to run, so I already have ran it. Let's see the results. Looking at the results, we see we are having 3 ports open starting from port 22. The service running is SSH and the version is OpenSSH 7.6 P1, and we are also having our operating system, which is Ubuntu. Then we are having a web server running on port 80, which is HTTP, and the web server running is Apache HTTPD 2.4.29. And then we are having again a very strange port, which is quad 2, and the service running is again SSH, and the banner tells us that OpenSSH 8.2 P1 is running. So let's look first of all what is running on web server on port 80, and we can see the HTTP title here as well, which says LOL hacked. So and the supported methods are get, post, options, and head. So let's move on, copy the IP address from here, paste the IP address, and let's see what is running. Now it says hacked by Coctus clan. So I think so that the attacker has changed the web server as well, and now he is telling us that I have hacked your Linux machine, now you need to secure your server. So now I need to figure out that how this attacker hacked into this machine, and then I will try to get back into the machine and take control over to my machine. So let's analyze now those capture files because I need to see how the attacker got into the machine, what sort of stuff he did. So let's analyze those capture files. So first of all I will move them from my downloads directory to my current working directory. So move root downloads that capture file, so it is this one, and into my current working directory with a period sign. And if I do now ls, my overpass.pcap is right here. So I will simply do Wireshark and I will open this in Wireshark. Now if you don't know what Wireshark is a free and open source tool which is used for packet analyzing. So I will analyze these packets into Wireshark now. Now these are the packets. Now in Wireshark there are 3 sections. So the first of them, which is right now in green color, it contains a lot of packets. Then if in the second section we are having the information for this packet, so if I click on any packets I will see some more information about these packets. And the last one is some sort of like hexadecimal stuff. Now I have never used the last one, so I will just make it downwards, and let's scroll this down as well. And now this will be how you open the packets from your pcap file. Now the very first thing which I like to do always is I like to see what sort of like web request or request on port 80 or port 443 were done. So that means HTTP or HTTPS. So let's move on and let's see that how we can filter out our HTTP request. So in this apply a display filter text box, what I will do is I will simply type in HTTP and I will hit enter, and now all of the requests are been filtered and I am having only requests which are having a protocol of HTTP. So in this way I can figure out that whether the attacker went to the web server or went to the browser or did something malicious or not. So let's see what now the attacker did. So right at the top, I can see that the attacker went to a directory called development, and then in the second packet we can see that he got 200 OK response, I think so. And then after that he went to development and then upload.php page and again 200 OK, and after that he went to uploads directory. So something strange is going on. So first of all, let's see how we can get more deeper into these packets. So we can click onto this packet, and what I like to do is I like to go into like this follow, and then from follow you can check any one of them, whether TCP stream or HTTP stream. So let's move on to like TCP stream, and right away I can now see the request as well, and I can see the response as well. So in the request section, he is doing a get request on a directory called development, and from the response it says 200 OK. So it means that he successfully navigated to development page, and let's see what else he is doing. So HTTP, and afterwards he is moving on to upload.php. So let's click on follow TCP stream, and let's see what he is doing now. So from this request, I think so that this is a post request. So the attacker is is sending something to the server. So let's see what he is sending, and the page is upload.php. So it looks like that there is some sort of file upload functionality. But in the request, I can see now that yes, he is uploading a file, and the file name is payload.php, and he is uploading a malicious PHP reverse shell, and which if get executed onto the server, the attacker will get access of the system. So he is using this payload, which is PHP payload, exec function, and then the payload. And let's see the response from the server. The response is again 200 OK, and in this blue button, blue color, we can see that the file payload.php has been uploaded successfully. So now I think so that attacker has exploited the file upload functionality, upload a malicious shell onto the server and gain initial foothold. So I need to figure out that how I can get into this machine. And then he got 200 OK. So let's see what else the attacker did. Now most probably when he got a reverse shell, we cannot see any more HTTP requests, but we are having one more request, and I think so this will be development uploads, because the payload.php might have been uploaded into like upload directory, and then from there he got executed. So he went into get development uploads, and from there he simply executed the payload.php file. So now I will remove all of these filters, and let's come back to our request. So if I scroll down right here, yes, he is executing payload.php right here in this request. This is also an HTTP request, and if I scroll down a little bit, and there are a lot of TCP requests, so let's see any one of these TCP requests to see what's going on afterwards. So if I click on any request, follow TCP stream, and right away in this TCP packet, I can see that right now he is onto the system, and he first of all did was id command, and he was www-data. The afterwards he upgraded his shell from a normal shell to a fully interactive TTY shell by importing Python PTY module, and then he executed some stuff right here, and he is also typing the password for any user right now, and it is James user. So right now we can see SU James, so which means switch user to James, and normally whenever you switch user to any other user, it will ask you for the password, and we are also having the password here as well. So afterwards he successfully logged in as James, and then he navigated into the web server directory, which is var www.html, and then he also saw sudo privileges, so sudo-l, and it again asked for the password, and he again entered the password for James user. And then in the sudo privileges, we can see right here that James was allowed to execute everything as root, so which means that now James is the root user because he is having all of the privileges onto the machine. And then what he did was he simply catted out the etc shadow file Now etc shadow file contains the password in encrypted format, and we can see right at the bottom I am having the password in encrypted format for all of the users. So that's fine. Let's see what else he did. Afterwards, he just git cloned a repository from GitHub, which is ssh-backdoor. So some sort of backdoor. I don't know what it is. We will see in 1 minute right now. And then he navigated into ssh backdoor, and then he created some public and private keys, and finally he executed that backdoor file with -a parameter. I don't know what -a is, but we will see in this video. And then he specified some sort of hash as well, and that's all. So we can see right here. So now that's pretty much enough. So now what I can do from here is, because I need to get into the machine again and I need to see how I can get in. So first of all, I will try to crack all of these hashes, because might be possible that the attacker might not have changed the password for any other user and I can get in, because I see there are two ports running SSH, so might be possible that I can log in with any other port. So first of all, I will try to crack these hashes. So I will copy these all, come back to my terminal, and what I will do is, let's zoom this out, and I will create a file called, let's say, hash file. So hash file, and I will paste all of these hashes into this one, and for this purpose I will use hashcat, because hashcat is amazing tool. It utilizes your graphic card and it is extremely fast as well. But right now, before using hashcat directly, we need to figure out that what sort of hashes these are. So right now I can see that the hashes are starting from $6. So I will go to my browser, and right here I will go to the hashcat example hashes page. So hashcat example hashes, and I will click on this first link here, right here. And now from the hashcat example hashes pages, I will just do Control F onto my keyboard, and I will do $6. So if I hit enter, right away I can see that on the mode is 1800 and the hash is SHA-512 crypt, and the hash also looks very similar to the hash which I have found, but I have also found some more matches. So let's hit enter few more times and let's see what it says. So hit enter one more time, and now it says that this is also a hash which is containing $6, but this is a very huge hash, does not matches to my hash. So I think so the previous one was the one which was my hash. So let's see where it was. So this one, which is having a mode of 1800. So now I know that my mode is 1800, so now I can easily run hashcat. Now we need to specify one more thing, which is the word list. Now normally you should use rocku.txt, but again rocku.txt text file is extremely huge. So in this video I will not choose that one. I will use another word list which is called like fasttrack.txt. That one is also amazing, but it is a little bit shorter. So let's see. So if I do now hashcat -m for mode, and the mode was 1800, so I will do 1800 right here, and then I will do like my hash file. So hash file, and then I need to specify the word list. So you should definitely do this one. So user share word list rocku.txt, but right now I will not do this one because it will take a lot of time. So I will locate one more word list which is called fast track. So fast track, and right at the bottom it is present in my user share word list again. So I will copy this from here and I will specify my word list. So that's all which you need. So if I hit enter now, and it will take some time initializing, and then it will start. And right away you can see it is cracking the hashes, and it has found 4 passwords right away. The first one was security 3, secret 12, abcd123, and then this one. But the problem here is that it is not telling me that what sort of hashes or for what username did it crack. So I will copy this all, I will come back to my hash file, and I will now match for what users were with that it found. So if I Look, from $6 O capital RX. So from these I can see that this is for this user, which is Paradox. So I will just type in right after Paradox. Then the other one which it cracked was SQHR. So SQHR is this one, and this is for the user B. So I will simply type in after that B. And then there was another one which was B.E. So B.E is starting from this one, which is Sysum X user. So I will copy this from here and I will type in right here. And finally there was SWY. So this one is SWY, which is Muriland. So now I have found the username and password for the system. So let's try to log in. So first of all, I don't want to do all of this stuff manually. So what I will do is I will try to make some files with usernames and make some file with password, and then I will use Hydra to do a brute force attack, and I will see that whether if any user is can log in using SSH or not. So for that purpose, what I will do right here is, okay, so let's make a file called users. So I will do sublime users, hit enter, and in this users file I will copy all of these users. So James, after that it was Paradox, and then it was Sysum X, and then B, and then Muriland. So now I have 5 users, so I will close this one, and then finally the password. So I will do make another file called password, and in here I will again go to my hash file. I will copy all of this password. So security 3, then secret 1 2, abcd 1 2 3, and finally 1qa and this one. So okay, so now I have usernames and password in one file. So I will use Hydra to do a brute force stack, and I will see that whether I am able to log in or not. So I will do Hydra dash L, or first of all, let's see how we can use Hydra. So right at the bottom for SSH, I need to specify dash capital L for the username file, dash P for the password file, and dash M for the target, I think so, and then SSH. So let's see. So Hydra dash capital L for the user file, dash capital P for the password file, and dash M for the target, and in my target is 10.10.149.135, and then I want to tag the SSH protocol. So I think so this way. So if I hit enter, and it is giving me some sort of error, file for target not found. So I think so dash M is for file. So I will remove file because I am not having a file, I am having only one target. So this might work, and I will also use one more parameter, which is dash V for verbosity, so that I can see the results as well. So if I hit enter now, and let's see whether it works, and yes, it does work. And let's see if I am having any credential for this one or not. So now I am on port 22. I am not having any user or any password which I can log in, but there was another port which was open, and we can see from our Nmap scan it is 2222 and SSH is running again. So let's specify that please do a brute force stack on port 2222 as well. So for that I will do dash S for port and 2222. So now this will do a brute force on port quad 2. And again I didn't found any user or any password. So let's move on. That's fine, let's move on. And we found one more password for James user, which was this one. So I can also directly go and do SSH. So SSH James at the IP address 10.10.149.135, hit enter, yes, and I will paste the password. And again permission denied, please try again. Let's try this one for port 2222 as well. Yes, paste the password in, and permission denied. So the attacker has also changed the password for the James user as well. So let's see what else the attacker did. So the attacker cloned a repository ssh-backdoor. So let's see what is in that repository. So I will do ssh-backdoor github, and I am having this repository at the top. So let's see what is in this repository. And I am having some files, readme file, some backdoor file, build.sh, main.go. Most probably main.go will be the file which will be containing the source code. So I will clone this repository and let's see what is it is doing. So I will copy the URL from there. I will do git clone and I will clone all of that repository into my current working directory. Okay, so now I have cloned that repository into my current working directory. If I do ls, there is that repository. Let's navigate into ssh backdoor ls, and I am having all of those files. So first of all, I think so backdoor is the executable file, which is a binary, so I cannot do anything to it right now. Build.sh might be used for building some packages or importing some packages, but right now I'm interested in main.go because this might contain some sort of like source code. So I will do open main.go and let's see what is in there. So right at the top it is importing some packages just to run this backdoor file or compile this one. And then I'm having a very strange thing which is a hash, and I don't know what sort of hash it is. So it is a very huge hash. Yes, so I don't know what it is, and we will see what this hash is in a minute. Then the function main, and it is listening a port on 2222, and I know that on port 2222 SSH web server is running, and id underscore RSA, which is the private key, open SSH 8.2 p1. And let's scroll down, and right here SSH server has been started, SSH backdoor has been started. So and this function is strange, and we are having a hash file, then I'm having the salt file, sorry, not hash file, it is a hash, then I'm having the salt for the hash, and then I'm having the password. So it looks like to me that this hash is also having the salt as well. So if I see the below function, which is hash password, I am having the password string and then the salt string. And now I can also see the algorithm which is being used. It is SHA-512. So most probably SHA-512, and the password hash is also having a salt. So quite secure password, and we will see how we can crack this one. But if I scroll down, I don't think so I might found something, but right here I have something, and this is the salt, I think so. So now this will make our password cracking a lot easier, because if I am not having the salt, it might not be possible that I can crack the password. So I am having the salt, but the problem is I am not having the hash. So let's see if I am having the hash in my Wireshark. So if I scroll down, and now it looks like that the attacker also specified this hash. So now I am having the hash as well, and I am also having the salt, and I know the algorithm as well. It was SHA-512. So most probably I can go to hashcat example hashes again, and I can see that whether I can, there is some sort of format that which I can crack, or there is the mode for hashcat which I can use to just crack all of this stuff. So let's go to hashcat example hashes, and I will now do control F, and I will do like, let's do SHA-512. So okay, so I'm having a lot of results for SHA-512, and there are different formats that we need to specify. SHA-512, and this is the password, and this is the salt. So password is first and then the salt is afterwards, and just below this one they are in the reverse order. So salt comes first and the password first. Let's come back to our backdoor file and let's see what is our pattern. So hash here and then the salt. So password first and then the salt. So I think so this one will work for me, because it is SHA-512, password is first and then the salt is first, and the mode is 1710. So if I look the hash for this one, let's see how we need to specify the password and the salt. So I think so I need a separator which is a colon and then the salt. So I will paste in the hash and then a colon and then the salt. So let's come back now and let's try to crack the password. So first of all, I will copy this salt file and I will create a new file called, let's say, hash file 2. So I will do hash file 2, hit enter, and this is the salt and the hash which attacker used for running this backdoor file. So I will copy this hash, come back here and I will paste the hash in, and now after that I will add a colon and then I will simply copy the salt and I will add it afterwards, so like this. So I will save this one and now let's move on to hashcat and hoping for the best that it will crack it or not. So I will copy my hash file into my previous directory and I will move one step backwards. So now I will do hashcat -m for mode and I know the mode is 1710, and then I will specify my hash file, so hash file 2, and then I will specify the word list here. Now I would highly recommend you again that you should use user share word list rocku.txt, this one, but again this will take a lot of time in this video, so I will be not going to use this one in this video. So I will be going to use my own password list which I have created, and it is a little bit smaller, containing I think so 150 words. So that just in this video I will just show you how it actually does work. So this is the pattern, I think so. Let's see if it gives any error or it does work, and it will take some time in initializing, and right away you can see it has successfully cracked the hash and we got the password which is November 16. So normally if you will use the word list which is user share rocku.txt, you will be finding this password as well, but it will take a little bit of time. So now I know the password is November 16, and now from this backdoor file I also know that it is for SSH which is running on 2222. So assuming that the user is James, so let's try to log in with user James. So SSH James at the IP address 10.10.149.135, and then I will specify the port as well, which is 2222, and it is I think so -p for port in SSH. Hit enter and I will specify the password which I successfully cracked. It was November 16. Hit enter and now I am successfully logged in. So this was the initial foothold, and now I need to figure out that how I can get root as well, so that I can completely access my server and get it back from my attacker. So again I will start off my enumeration with the id command first of all, and then after I will go to like let's say sudo privileges. So sudo -l, it is asking me for the password November 16 and it is giving me try again. So I think so let's press Ctrl C and then let's see whether I am having what is in the home directory. So cd into /home ls, I am having all of these users. Let's see where is the user.txt flag, ls-la right here, and okay, so here is the flag and I am the owner of this one, so most probably I have successfully gained access to user.txt. But right here the strange thing which I can see again here is that there is a SUID binary, and how I noticed that it is in red color, it is highlighted in red color, and I can also see that there is read, write and S. So S means that SUID bit is set on this one, and from the name it suggests that SUID bit on bash. So again, very first thing, if you figured out that there is a strange SUID binary, what you should do is you should perform strings operation, or you should directly execute it one. So let's perform strings operation onto this one and let's see what it gives us. Now the strange thing which was a little bit different was that this SUID binary is hidden, so it is starting from a dot sign. Now whatever file which is starting from dot in Linux, that is hidden. So why is it is hidden? So if I do like ls only, okay, so now you can see right now I am having only 3 files. I'm not having that hidden file. So just by doing ls-la, I can see my hidden files as well. So again, very important when you are doing privilege escalation. So let's do strings and dot suid underscore bash, hit enter, and now strings is not installed, so that's fine. After that, what I do is I simply execute that binary and I don't do anything. But before executing that binary, as the name suggests that suid bit is on bash, so what we can do is we can try executing this suid binary with a -p parameter. So what it means it that we will keep our like permissions and privileges, so doing that will get us root. So let's see if suid bit is set on bash. So if it is, I will directly get root access. So first of all, let's run it as it is. So suid underscore bash, hit enter, and now you can see right here I am having a some sort of shell, and if I type in who am I am again James user. So now I can confirm that this suid binary is giving us some sort of shell. So if I exit out from here again, I am right in my ssh session. So now if I run this same thing with like -p parameter, and if I hit enter, and now you can see there is a pound sign, which means that I am root. So if I type in who am I am directly root. So this was the box. The privilege escalation was quite easy, and in this way I have successfully gained access. Now I can change all of the passwords so that attacker cannot do anything anymore. So let's come back to our try hack me questions and let's see what were the questions. So first of all, pcapture file. So it says what was the URL of the page they used to upload a reverse shell, and I know that the attacker went to development. After that, this payload was used by the attacker. We also noticed that in our Wireshark. And then for the James user, and he specified this password, we also saw that in Wireshark. And then the attacker went to this repository. We also noticed that in Wireshark. And then we found 4 users, or I don't know how many users we found, but we were able to crack the password for the 4 users. So that was it. Let's come down. And now it says that you have found a code for the backdoor. It's time to analyze it. So what was the default hash? So the default hash in the code was this one, which we figured out at the very beginning, and we also found out this salt. And then the hash which was the attacker was using in the Wireshark capture, which was this hash. And then finally combining the salt and the hash, we were successfully able to crack the password, which was November 16. And finally we need to specify like user and root flag, and it says the attacker defaced the website. What message did they leave as a heading? And this was hacked by Coctus clan. So this was the box, and if you like the video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, bye.